Hey guys, happy Friday. Today's Friday, August 2nd.
Friday.
Episode 400.
400.
Can't believe it.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully you can hear us and see us. Let us know you can hear us or see us. Today is episode 400. Sean's on there.
We're going to share.
We're going to share. Ben Gilbert's on. Give us a thumbs up. I have Shawn Romano all the way to my right.
Hi.
Jennifer DeVivo here. Yay. Bobby Davidowitz there. Woo. George is helping us out in the background there. What's up, Michael? So we have a different camera shot. We have a different angle. I don't know what we're doing. I can actually, do I ever, really? But I'm super excited to have them on here. What a blessing to have 3 TED Show alumni on. And yet they're going to announce and they are launching their Video 400. That's right, Ben. Which, if you haven't seen it yet, it's in the link and they're going to link it up. It's amazing. So we're going to talk about, what's the title again, Bobby?
Coffees for Closers.
Coffees for
Closers.
You
talking about the show.
No, I'll do Coffees for Closers.
Coffees for Closers is the title of the music video. The show is combining your passion with your profession.
That's correct. But, you know, these are all talented people. So Francis, what's up? So we're getting some thumbs up. We're good. John Kalish, Batman's on. Happy Friday, hearts.
Happy Friday.
All right, so you guys we are all big personalities. I'm the least of the 4. I can tell you that's not true. But,
that is not true.
You can tell by the jacket. You can see me from
Pretty
space.
sure you're a high person.
I am literally the highest I can get. Are there any other letters in that? Because I got nothing. But they are all real estate professionals. They are all musical professionals. If you haven't seen the video yet, click on it. And they've got great backgrounds, and I'm just always happy to be around the 3 of them. Welcome to the show.
Yes.
We love being here.
Thank
We
you.
love being
Thank you.
here.
I love it. All right. So give us a little background. Everybody likes origin, right? So everyone wants to know where you're from, a little bit about you. So I don't know who we want to start.
Who are you?
We'll start we'll start on the right, your left, but my right. We'll start with Shawn Michael Romano. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Hey, thank you, Ted, for having me.
I'm blessed, man.
You know, even when I was doing music before I ever became a real estate agent, everybody always made me go first, so I'm used to this. So a little bit about me. When I was 5, I'm kidding.
We're not doing 30 years of backstory,
We're
Shawn.
gonna explain that, my friend. You were born in Italy.
I was a rapper who turned door-to-door salesman who turned realtor.
And born in Italy, show them the tattoo. Show them the
in
tattoo.
Italy,
born in Vicenza.
Not actually Italian, very much pale.
There's a lot of pale Italians.
My father was adopted. I did music for a very, very long time. I came down to Florida to actually go to Full Sail to learn more about the music industry. And then I was selling cell phones at the time. Went from selling cell phones to being unemployed and living off of my 401k. That ran out because it was only $5,000, but it was a lot at the time. And then I, pretended to be this ballin' rapper, and I was doing some big things with music, but it just never really panned out. And then I moved into the restaurant industry for a good 12, 13 years, learned how to deal with people left and right.
What'd you do in the restaurant industry?
I was a server.
That is such a great background. People who are
phenomenal.
It really helps you to start
does.
conversations with anybody. And then from service industry, I got into door-to-door home security sales, and then from that, I ended up becoming a realtor.
And he's been crushing it.
He's crushing it. He's doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
If you listen to his verse in the music video,
Yes.
it kind of explains the rise.
You guys got to click on that and watch it.
Click on
And
that
we will
video.
release the cinematic version later on YouTube that has the video. It's like a movie before it that explains the transition. But I also forgot to mention the whole part where I became a wedding videographer and I did music videos because I was too broke to afford to be a rapper and pay. So that's where the video stuff came from in the photo stuff.
And
that's me.
When we're
I love it. All right, so Jennifer DeVivo, tell us about you. The diva.
Diva DeVivo. So I have not born and raised, but raised up here in Orlando. Go Knights. And
Go
also
Knights.
Forest Lake Academy veteran. And so I've been in real estate. My family was in real estate all my life, and I've been in music. I started singing with my dad at 8 years old at church.
Nice.
And I did worship leading, and then I did a stint in Europe, and I still release music in Europe. And I got my residential license in 2006. And
So how do you go from music to real estate? Like, I wanted to ask Shawn that, but I figured you'd bring it up too. So in general,
that
like,
is a whole nother webisode. But let me tell you, I was working in music in Italy, and I was signed to a couple of record labels.
Nice.
And I'm still signed to one. GB Music in the house. We have
GB
stuff
Music.
going iTunes. Look for Daviva or Lowlight. We have the Lowlight project. So I still get to do that. I came back to the U.S. because family situation wasn't working so great. Living overseas wasn't going so great, and the decision I had to make was, look, I'm either going to go on the road and leave my family, or I'm going to stay and be there for my son, be there for my husband at the time, and make a life with them. So my personal decision was to come back to the U.S. and say, you know what, I'm going to get into real estate. It's a career that I think that is not going anywhere, and I just love homes, I love decoration, I love art, and I was able to fuse my music and the love of creativity with what I did with my homes, which every single home I do, everything I do is custom, creative, and next level and different.
And you have your own show, right?
Yes!
I've been on it. What a blessing to be on the show. What's the name of your show?
So the name of my show is Let's Talk Orlando's Amazing Homes, Amazing Lives, and we talk to the movers and shakers in Orlando like Ted, and we had Tim Herja on, we had Carlos German on, in a beautiful home in an undisclosed location. We talk about what they're doing, and then we walk around the home, house hunter style, and show you some of Orlando's most incredible, amazing community.
And she's been on House Hunters.
And I've been
You
on
have,
HGTV
yeah.
a couple
So
times.
These
and
three are really famous. Just Google them.
If you want to be on HGTV, I'm always looking for my next victim. It's 3 days of shooting, and you got to have personality, so let me know, and we'll go.
I love it. All right. Last but not least, Bobby D on the left of me. What's up, Bobby?
What is up? So I was originally born in Puerto Rico. As you know, I have this very Jewish last name. We were talking about that before.
Yeah,
Davidowitz. So I am a Jurican. I moved.
Jurican!
See, he said it, so don't be mad at me when I say
That's
that.
what we're called, Juricans. So I moved to actually Orlando when I was 5 years old. So I've been in Orlando for 35 years. And it was funny because when I first moved here, it was such a contrast. Like Puerto Rico was like, we celebrate everything in Puerto Rico. Like,
I love that.
Like,
I love that. I'm
like,
Puerto Rico.
yeah,
I'm
like,
Puerto Rican, but I haven't really celebrated as I should.
Yeah, matter of fact, the fact that we're having an early happy hour today reminds me of that, because like in
Well,
Puerto
the
Rico,
three of us are, Bobby.
You would love Puerto Rico.
Bobby is
You're
not.
right. I'm not drinking yet. But I will. Like in Puerto
I don't
Rico,
eat
like
soup
they
after
kick
the
off
show.
at noon. Like it's done.
It's
like,
done.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I
work
could
is
live in
done.
Puerto
Happy
Rico.
hour has started.
I
Right.
need to
100%.
visit the
Oh, yeah.
island. It's been too
So
long.
when I got here, it was like such a weird thing. I moved initially to Altamont Springs, and I was like, man, you know, this is such a big change for me. And then we went to Lake Mary. Grew up in Lake Mary. Went to Lake Mary High School. Then went to University of Florida. Go Gators.
Go Gators!
Ah,
I have one child
can't
that's a
say
Gator.
it.
My mom was a Gator.
Yeah. See.
I'm
My
a
son's
night.
a
I'm a
Gator.
night.
I'm a
I'm a
night
night, y'all.
too,
I'm a
but-
night.
And my sister went to Florida State, and my business
Oh.
partner Gil Ramos went to Florida State. So I'm not a hater.
See, I'm not a hater either. I just didn't go to college.
It's fine.
You know
Look
what?
at me now.
That's
You
a
just-
true entrepreneur.
You saved yourself a lot of money. You saved
You
yourself
saved
a
a
lot.
ton.
People,
student
they
loans,
mention
brother.
the university and they expect woos or booze, and I'm like, no opinion.
So funny enough, when I left college, I had great grades, but I was super lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I ended up actually working at a nightclub right here in downtown Orlando. I don't know if you guys remember. It was called Antigua.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
They had the swings.
They
had swings.
and they had the
crazy
3-for-1s, which is probably what you
Three
remember.
for one
Chad.
is actually what I sort of remember.
So I actually
was told.
I actually was literally there opening the doors with them, and I was a bar back there, and I was literally just stalling because I was like, what am I gonna do?
I may have met you when I first moved here 14 years
I'm
ago
sure
and
you
didn't
did.
even know it.
You absolutely
That was like
did.
one of the
Me
first
too.
places I went to.
I was
That's
there.
a
I
scary
remember
little
that.
place.
I was there every
It's
single
okay.
weekend.
I was a good Seventh-day Adventist. I never went out.
And actually still friends with a lot of people from Antigua. But yeah, so I worked there, and I was kind of just stalling because I didn't want to get in. I thought business was boring. Like the word
Yes.
business and boring in my mind was like synonymous, you know. And
Yes.
that's when
I get it.
And that's really actually when I started doing entertainment stuff, because I was like, okay, well, only thing I'm passionate about is being creative and doing all these different things. So I started going to acting school, and I was doing like independent films, which hopefully they don't exist anymore. And like
We can't mention what channel they're on, but I will later.
Pornhub. Look, what I'm
There
saying.
Ah, that link is not available. Click on the
That's
music
not
video.
available
Click on
right
the
now.
music
That's
video.
true. That's not true. So yeah, but then I started recording music, doing everything that I could, because I was like, this is the only exciting thing. So I actually ended up getting into real estate by total accident. I was working at the club, and I was like, man, I'm not using my brain. I think I'm getting dumber. So
That happens,
I got to
people.
do something.
Gotta exercise that brain muscle.
You do.
And I actually met a guy that was opening a mortgage company, and I was like, man, I think I'm ready to do something different. And he's like,
That's right. What mortgage company did you work for?
I initially worked for a company called Approved Lending Inc., and they were based out of Maitland. They were right there
Is
next
that
to the
how I
RGB.
met you originally? I don't remember.
Maybe. I mean, we probably crossed paths back then, way back in the day.
We all
So-
I might have been drinking then too.
Yeah,
But he is
that's our
not.
industry.
Allegedly.
By the way. If you like to have fun, come
like
into
to
come into
party,
real estate,
get in real
give us a
estate.
call. You're gonna love it.
Best industry for that.
So yeah, so I did. I started a mortgage business. We did really well. Very shortly after that, I opened up my own mortgage company with the president of that company. Had a little shop here in downtown Orlando called Commercial Lending Inc. Always in the background doing music recording, doing all that stuff, but just dabbling in it.
I didn't even know that.
And then we had this thing called, what was it called? Oh, the market crashed.
Oh.
So yeah, the
So
great,
then I was
as
like-
Gil said, I always remember in Gil's words, the great 08.
The great 08.
That's what
came.
he said.
That's actually a good way to describe it.
But the funny part is, I just thought it was an opportunity because I was like, you know what? I'm really passionate about entertainment. What better time when the whole financial world's crashing to go pursue something different?
Oh yeah.
So from then on, long story short, I did video production. I helped produce reality shows. Worked with my buddy's marketing and branding agency, Nick Nan. If you're out there, shout out to him.
He's
Celebrity,
great.
Celebrity
Yeah,
branding,
awesome.
Celebrity branding agency. We made documentaries. We did all sorts of stuff. And then basically, when I left his company, I was like, okay, the next thing that I do, I'm like not dabbling. I'm sticking with it all the way. And sure enough, real estate came back into my life, and it was the best decision I made. Funny thing, I thought to myself, because before I didn't want to get into real estate because I thought I was giving up on my dream. Like, and
I
that's
know
the
that
a
feeling.
good one.
Oh, I
We
like
all-
that,
We all
right?
know that feeling.
Yes.
It was actually, you know,
feel like
kinda,
you're
it was a
going
BS
backwards.
story. It was something I was telling myself that was keeping me from moving forward. And finally, when I looked at real estate, I said, you know what? No, this is the vehicle that's going to lead me to
It's
everything.
funding your
Yes.
dream.
Exactly.
Funding your
Funding your
passion.
dream.
And not just
Yes.
not just even funding, but I thought, man, what better way to meet high level people? Because at the end of the day, it's your connections, right? And
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, I'm gonna meet
relationships.
high level people.
Agreed.
I'm gonna make money along the way. I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna do all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm just gonna stick with it. And sure enough, here we are, you know, years later, and it's coming back full
It's
circle,
all
right?
coming
We're
back
not only
around.
that, but as you know, me, Gil, and another partner, we own the West Art District in Paramore. That was another kind of artsy project
Amazing
that
place
came
if you
that
haven't
came
been
from
there.
it. So I'm like, oh my God, it's exactly what I wanted. I knew it was gonna come back if I just had
Yes.
some faith in it. So we're excited, and then obviously this music video thing happened.
All right, so let's talk. So you all are at this. I mean, we want to talk one smidgen about real estate, right? So the three of them are at the same brokerage. So tell them a little bit about that, because I think it's important. I think people need to understand that you can do what you need to do
Yes.
and that you like to do, and then you can still have side passions, guys. You can still have things that make your heart flutter and that enrich your soul.
And
So
keep you alive.
And keep you alive.
Give you that alive feeling.
So we initially all met. Really, our main connection is Gil Ramos, my business partner.
Yeah, Gil!
Gil, for those who don't know,
I
Gil,
call him the Morpheus of real estate.
he's the Morpheus.
The
He's
He's
the
the
Morpheus.
Morpheus of real estate.
You're gonna have to Google Morpheus, by the way.
He's like the Puerto Rican Tony Robbins, and that's why I call him Tony Ramos.
He is Tony Ramos.
And his middle name is actually Anthony, so it works
Nice.
perfect. But yeah, we all met. So Gil,
Sorry.
That's the best.
so Gil was actually the top exit broker in the state of Florida for the last 4 years, and just last year we saw an opportunity to switch the entire model over to EXP Realty. We thought it was a very disruptive model, something that was going to change the game, and you know, we literally kind of rolled it out little by little to our, you know, we had about 100 people in the brokerage, and everybody saw the opportunity. So we're like 6 months into an EXP transition. And
Yeah, the Alliance and EXP.
and honestly, it's
The
just been,
Alliance.
it just
I
the
think
energy.
we just lost like 5 followers. You know what?
Don't worry.
You're gonna be there soon. We'll see you eventually.
Michelle said, "Love the video."
We will see
people
you
are-
eventually.
We'll watch the video.
Oh,
Watch the
Lorena's
video.
on. What's up,
Yes.
Lorena?
So yeah,
Lorena.
so that's how it happened, and you know, the energy behind our group right now. I mean, we've grown, and Gil and I's organization, we've grown in the last 6 months from 100 to 300 agents,
Wow.
and those are nationwide. Those are not all here, but the energy in our office right now is like,
Off
you know,
the
that
chain.
that young
Off the
hustler, like
I'm
passionate.
a hustler.
You don't have to be young.
And then when I say young, I mean I'm
Trust
40.
me, my
so
and my son is 20.
I'm 38.
So, and I did not have him at 14. So,
I know
yeah,
God
yeah.
gifted me with some nice skin, but I'm old too.
I'm older than Bobby, but we won't say by how much.
I'm older than all of you.
So that's all we gotta.
90
That's all we
years.
gotta say about
This
the
model
All right,
is
so-
for somebody who wants to not be traditional but wants to grow and really look at things in a different way. Something that's is completely different, but if you really actually analyze it and don't listen to the rumors and you don't listen to the gossip, you're going to understand that it may be the best thing that you've ever done in your life. And that's all we're going to say about it.
I love it. Oh, Gil just popped on.
Hey,
What's up, Gil? Gil Anthony
Tony
Ramos.
Ramos. Tony Ramos.
All right, so let's talk about, so you're in real estate, right? All of you have this background, this creative background.
Yes.
And then what made you decide to do a video?
I want to take this. Bobby walks up to me one day, I want to make a rap song.
Do you just like that?
Yes, you guys
I'm not sure I did that.
No. And you know what? And Shawn was always running around the office being like, Jen, you know, I love real estate, but I don't get to rap. I said, Shawn, look, I do real estate and I do music. You're going to get to that point where you can do both things.
What I told her was, I don't feel comfortable talking about what I used to do. And she was like, no, your clients are going to appreciate who you are. And sure enough, I started coming to my closings with shorts on and my shirts out, because when you really get to know your clients and you really start getting to a point where they appreciate who you are, they like that. They don't want to see you dressed up like, oh, this is what you're supposed to look like. They want to know who you are. And my personality attracts my kind of clients.
That's
just
right.
like hers attracts hers and his attracts
tribe.
his. So I got less scared of it. Bobby walks up to me one day and says, I want to make a rap song about real estate. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, it's called Coffees for Closers. And then he was like, I got a little idea. And then he kind of like said a couple of lines. He was like, this is what I think the chorus should be. And I was like, I like it, but I want to work with it. I want to work with it a little bit. So we started brainstorming.
How did you collaborate? So you all are obviously talented. If you haven't seen the video, click on the link and we'll share it again. Rap, sing, right?
Oh, yes.
But it's more than that. I mean, the performance in there the performances are insane.
Well, I'll take a little bit part of it. I think it really has to do with people, and we just got blessed, to be honest with you, because, you know, we've all been in the industry before, and it doesn't always kind of gel this way.
Yeah,
And so where you can get, because, you know, a lot of creative people tend to be divas, right? Sometimes, from time to time.
Well, my last name is Vivo, so it's really hard to go away
pretty
from
much,
the
Vivo.
part. But it's in a beautiful, wonderful way.
And we'll leave out the fact that we were here for like 7 minutes waiting for her to come back after freshening up.
That's because I was promoting the ladies.
Hashtag allegedly.
I was in the ladies' room sitting down. I was promoting the video. It's that good, that video.
Totally kidding.
So we just started. Literally, it was exactly what he said. I was like, here's what I think the hook should be. So I have a little. What I missed on the story is that I started a little label publishing company called Fourth Quarter Entertainment in 2003, and one of the producers, J Mac, that works with us, I had found one of his beats. So I'm the kind of person. J Mac, what's up?
Yeah, man,
baby?
that beat is high.
Yeah,
that beat is high.
So I found this beat, and I'm the type of person that I don't write music unless I got inspired by a beat. So I heard the beat, and I was like, this is it. That's how the Coffees for Closers thing came. And then I went to Shawn, and Shawn's like, I like it. So Shawn went and go write his verse. I went and wrote mine. We didn't like collaborate on that. Like, I'm like, you go in your room and you write a verse. I'll go write a verse, but this is the concept, right? And then I knew that the Vivo was I think we had done like a karaoke thing. I'm like, the Vivo.
Yeah, we went to Rising Star.
So
and
you
we
went.
bought the
Oh, that's
whole
cool.
brokerage out.
Yeah.
We already knew the Vivo had the pipes. So we were like, listen, we're not just gonna make this all rap. It has to have some singing in it. And who better to pick? Right here. So then we were like, all right, well, we need a hook that she can sing. And we had something, but what ended up happening was Bobby booked the studio time with his people. We're all driving out to this area. I think for me it was an hour drive. So on the way there, I was like, I like the hook, but I was like, I don't know, man. I don't think that's it. So on the drive there, I'm just listening to the beat, and I'm writing, and I'm writing, and I'm writing, and I'm just, not writing. I was doing it in my head. Just kept repeating it and starting it over, repeating it. And by the time I got to the studio, I had a new chorus, and I was like, this is it. I can feel it. And I come in. We actually recorded the original one.
The original one.
And then we tried the one that I wrote on the way to the studio.
Which took me a minute because I had to relearn it.
Because she had to learn it right there.
I was like, but I'm used to that. I'm used in the studio. Sometimes you gotta
creativity.
And then everybody decided that's the one. And then now everybody around the office is running around. Sam, what's up? Bitty! You know, everybody's just singing it.
Yeah, that was there.
That was good.
People can't stop repeating it.
But that goes to the same point, which is like, okay, so I had a plan, right? I had written a hook. I'm in the studio. Shawn shows up and says, "Hey, I got another version of it. What do you guys think?" And like, if oftentimes when you work with artists, they're so tied to their art.
There's a lot of ego.
Like, there's a lot of ego.
Right.
So like, but it was like literally immediately when he sang it, I was like, "Yours is better. Let's do that one." Like,
Bobby's a blessing to have because he was not only in music, but he was behind music, so he understands the differentiation between like being the artist and being, you know, the business person. And he was like, "Yeah, that's gonna work,"
Yeah,
and,
like
and it
even
was
Shawn
so
was
cool
like-
because I didn't even know if I wanted to tell him. I was like, "Look, man, I know you."
Because you don't want to hurt people.
Yeah,
I love that.
Hey, Patrick in the house.
But Bobby was so cool about it, and then we all ran with it, and it all worked out.
Yeah, he was like, Shawn was like, "Well, let's record yours," and I'm like, we don't even have to record mine. I'm like, I like yours, you know. So,
But the fact that you guys, you work together. Patrick had a question, and I'll ask it in a minute. He said, so we have the 8 Mile movie. What's Shawn's movie going to be called?
Ooh. Well, I'm a little bigger, so
8 million.
12.
Oh, change the number altogether.
You get it?
Number altogether.
You get it? No.
So what was it like in the creative process to realize that you were doing something that's real estate related, which is this is what you do, this is your occupation, your vocation, and then you're doing what really drives your soul, is good for your heart. What was the combination there? Because that's the title of the show, is combining.
I'll talk about that in a minute because I will tell you guys, there's fear. For certain. For me personally, I've been in music since I was 8 and I've been in real estate since I was 17, but I always kept them very separate. And I was worried about my real estate clients saying, "Oh, well, she is doing all this music stuff, she can't be a real estate expert," even though some of my stuff has been quoted in Forbes. But then in the music community, you don't want to be what we call a tight, you know, because you want to be like, "Look, I'm a tight ass." You don't want to be that. You want to say, "You know what, I'm a musician, I'm creative." So for me personally, to bring those two worlds together is a huge, authentic moment. And I know not everybody's going to like it. I know not everybody's going to be like, "You know what, Jen is a real estate professional and she's a singer at the same time." Not everybody's comfortable with it. But you know, like Shawn said and like Bobby says, I will attract the people who are meant to work with me. I will serve those people to the best of my ability, bringing my creativity and my real estate expertise together. And yeah, for me, it was a step, you know, because I'm a little more old school. Now everybody mixes it up, but that was where I came from.
How about you guys?
Well, I just had a friend text me the other day, and I was like, you know, this is something I'm definitely going to talk about on the show, because in the end, you know, this goes out to all the people that don't really know what they want to do, or they might be in a place where they're like, this really sucks and my life sucks, but they've learned so many things that they don't even realize. As I was or making music, you learn how to talk in front of people and not be scared. You learn how to step in front of a crowd full of people that are judging you immediately and not get scared and just say, screw that, I'm going to do this.
Right.
Then you serve tables and you learn how to start conversations with random strangers, right? You go through being broke and can't afford a videographer, and you learn it on YouTube. You know, and then all those things eventually, my friend sent me this message, and I want to read it. He said, yeah, bro, much love. I'm so happy every time I see you posting a closing, etc. I'd be like, that's my dog. Took his talents from his previous jobs and camera skill, and it all worked perfectly in his real estate field. It's like everything you went through in your past before shaped you to be great right now. Your sales job, your server jobs, and your rap and video talents all tied into making you a great realtor. Bless up. And I read that and I was like, yo, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, there was 2 months ago, I was thinking that. I was like, you know, all them things I hated made me ahead of the game when I came in here. So never look at your situation, because I was the worst. I came into Bobby's office and he used to tell me, don't sit down. Don't bring your negative energy in here.
He said that to me a couple times too.
Don't bring your negative energy in here.
Bobby's
You're
like our
killing
sounding
me.
board. He's
I'm
our
not
dad.
mean like that to everybody.
But the more I
He's like,
thought
get out
about
my
it,
office. Get out my office.
once I became successful in real estate, I had never bought a lead still, and I'm doing great, and
Which is
it
lot.
all came from
Blessing,
all
man.
those things that I went through that created me to who I am now. That I have all these tools I can reach in my utility belt and just fire.
Yes.
So never be mad at your situation now. Take what you're learning in it and bring it to the next situation.
That's amazing.
So what is it? Oh, go. You go.
Okay.
No.
Well,
It's the same question.
it's pretty much the same story. I mean, I was doing a lot of entertainment stuff, and I thought that I was giving up on my dream if I did something different. But what happens in the entertainment industry, if what you're selling is entertainment or selling music, that industry's changed so much, it's hard to monetize it. And I remember my buddy Nick Nanton telling me one day, we were sitting at an airport, because he had the same dream. He wanted to be a label owner, and then Napster came out while we were in college, and he was like, well, this is
That
dead.
was when I got signed. I got signed 2-3 times, and they were like not showing, and I had released this album that got released years later. They didn't know how to release it and make money at the time.
Well,
so I kept getting passed over and passed over.
The reality is once people want something, believe that they should get something for free, it's hard to take back. So once people started to believe that they could get music for free and entertainment for free, and there's so many options, you trying to monetize that is so hard.
Yeah.
So you fight in the entertainment industry, and you try to make money, and then you get frustrated, right?
Yeah.
So when I got into real estate, but what I'm seeing now is that every business, not just real estate, but every business now needs an entertainment arm.
It's true.
Because the reality is, what are they saying when you go to Aura? Well, only 5% of realtors are taking advantage of video. Make more videos. That's just a media marketing agency. So I believe it's going to turn into every business going to have a media and entertainment arm as part of their business.
PR.
You got to have. I mean, in your company, you have a videographer. He was helping us before. He's
do.
trying to produce little mini
Thanks,
movies.
George.
Thanks,
Hey,
George.
George.
Making great stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this is what Nick was talking about, because Nick was the first one to teach me, hey, you can't go where the money isn't. Right, so he took entertainment. He took
that's a great
entertainment
word.
industry.
You can't go where the money is not.
Yeah, and expect
Yes,
money. The math
I like
doesn't
it.
work, right? So what Nick did that was brilliant was take entertainment industry concepts and sell them to entrepreneurs, and said, hey, I can build your PR, your credibility, your celebrity brand through these things, because entrepreneurs have money. Artists don't.
Right.
So,
We got the ideas. You know what I mean?
I know.
Creativity.
Lots of good ideas.
Artists don't, and selling 99-cent products don't make you money. Okay, so that's the beautiful part.
And my
So it's
residuals
all come full circle. So now I think in about a year, I told him when we were in the studio the other day, I said, look, I think that in a year from now, we're going to focus a lot on having a media marketing agency that happens to sell real estate.
100%.
With the most professional agents, we're going to deliver the product, but we have to have great marketing, because everybody knows John Morgan's probably not the best attorney in town, but everybody knows his
That's
name.
right.
And
True.
so we want to be the same type of thing.
I kind of got the beep end of the stick on this one, though, because those were the things that I ended up learning. Like, hey, I can't afford a videographer. So now in the beginning stages of this, though, until I can afford somebody to film me, I'm the filmer.
But I think
You know?
that's good. But you know what? I think
So-
that's good, because
I like it.
necessity breeds innovation.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so tell me what's the goal with the video? So obviously it was a passion project. You have to click on that link and watch.
I mean, you gotta watch it.
You
because
gotta
it's
watch
just,
it.
It is
It's
an experience.
so
I never get
good.
tired, and usually I'm usually tired of
It's
watching
really
It's been
myself.
less than
really
24
good.
hours, and we're
We got
at
like
4,000 plus
4,000
now.
views in less
So
than
what's the
24
ultimate
hours.
goal?
But
What do you want to accomplish? So you
can
did
I
it.
say a couple things on that?
You can do
yeah.
whatever
Let
you
me tell you
love.
something.
Everybody's
Girl.
got a different reason.
I gotta tell you something. It is a really cool thing to put yourself out there and say, you know what, we're doing it
Judge
different.
me.
We're doing it different, and we're exposing and showing, look guys, this is for agents. This is great for buyers, but this is for agents. All the stuff that you know you go through. People come in to walk through the doors, they watch a little HGTV, they watch $1 Million, and like, oh, I'm gonna be an agent. You know what? No, it's not like that. And so this is raw, it's real, it's fun, it captions what you need to do. You wanna close deals? Well, guess what? You ain't getting no coffee. You ain't getting no coffee. And it's from, Mr. Alec Baldwin said, put that coffee down. You're not closing, you don't even get coffee. And that is the reality of the real estate industry. That's the ugly, dirty truth, that you gotta hustle. And it's okay to hustle. It is okay to put yourself out there. And so you got to also put yourself in a community of people that are going to support you, that are going to develop you, that are going to get you. Get you to the next level. And I'll tell you one thing, you can be surrounded by people who love and support you and push you forward in the real estate industry. So that's what I say. When I see that, I'm like, every new agent needs to watch that video.
And how great is it that, say you did some things in the past that you truly enjoyed, and when I got into real estate, I was like, I'm never going to love this as much as music. And then I did. But now I get to take music and bring it into real estate, and it's drawing attention. There's people that go out there every day, they call people, they cold call, they email, they knock on doors. well, guess what? You know, you might have some hidden talents. Maybe you're an artist. Maybe you're a person that like just does something totally different than everybody else that draws attention to you. And now all of a sudden people want to buy houses from you too because they're interested in the fact that you are passionate about what you're passionate about. So in the end, the beauty is, like the title says, taking your passion and combining it with your profession. Because once you can do that, you're living in a blissful situation. I never thought I was going to like real estate when I first walked into that brokerage and I met Bobby and I met all these people. I was like, this is just what I'm going to do to make
like, I'm on the
money.
outside.
This is just,
I ain't on the inside yet.
This is just what I'm going to do to make the money that I want to make in life. I'm never going to love this like I loved music. And now I do love it as much as I love music, but I'm also able to bring my first love into it.
Yeah, I mean, the song for me, to be honest with you, initially was just for fun. And so I was like, let's just get involved, because I always felt the vibe from Shawn, like, I want to get my artistry out. I'm like, dude, let's just make a song. Let's have fun. And it's funny. So we went to, I set up the studio, my boy Rick Hole and Jump with the Vault Studios in Deltona. Shout out to my boy Rick Hole and Jump, the Vault Studios in Deltona. So we went out there, and it was a funny story. Like we all got in the studio. We all worked really well together. But I always remember this one story because at the time, Shawn didn't know we were switching over to EXP yet. I knew. I knew because Gil and I had been talking about.
I forgot about that.
So Shawn goes to start his verse.
I get in the booth. I'm like, and he's like, yeah, maybe we might not want to.
Yeah, he was like, no, it was funny.
And I'm like, why? But why?
Yeah, he's like, oh, Exit Realty, stand up, or something like that. And then before his rap verse, and I was like, hey man, you know what? Just take that out, man. Let's just be brand neutral,
Nice.
I said, let's just be brand neutral. You never know what could happen. And he's like, and then he like paused, and then he was like, yeah, but I don't understand. Like, why wouldn't we shout out our own crew? I'm like, no, I get it, man, but like, I just feel like it's better. It'll be more of an evergreen video we can reuse. And then he pauses again. And he looks at me. He goes, oh, you mean like for liability? I'm like, yes. Liability.
You got to go with the story,
I'm like,
Shawn.
liability is good.
You don't want to kill your passion.
So that
you don't
was
want to kill you or scare you to death.
No, he was lying to me. Flat out lying to me and not telling me, letting me be in the inner circle.
So now you're in the inner circle.
So what was cool was, Ted, is that we did this song, and I was like, wow, this turned really
How many times did you listen to it on the way home?
Like 100 times. Okay. and by the way, the whole concept behind the song too was, I told Shawn, I was like, I don't want to make a gimmicky song. I want to make a song that is universal. That it has a real estate title. I mean, a real estate theme to it. But Coffees for Closers can be used in any theme, And I think it had that vibe. So I think we accomplished that. I think we accomplished not making it a gimmicky real estate song. So I'm listening to it on the way home. I'm jamming. I'm like, and then my mind just starts to. I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, we could use this. We could make a music video and use the video to show the culture of our office, because I think it's important. When people are looking to work with other people, here's what it comes down to. We could talk real estate companies all day, but it's the people.
It's the relationship.
Amen to that.
It's the people. I mess with Ted because Ted's Ted. It isn't because he's with this or
I
whatever.
love you
You know what I'm
guys.
saying? So to me, I was like, oh man, what a cool culture piece. Like, if we can do a music video, get the whole office involved, then it would show our culture. Because here's the reality. Our crew, we're fun and we're a little street.
That's right.
That's kind of who we are. I mean, up until the top, Gil Ramos, that was always who Gil Ramos was. I mean, don't let the suits that Gil Ramos wear you fool you. The guy's from the Bronx. He's Puerto Rican like me. We go.
That's like my mom, New Rican.
We're street hustlers turned realtors. That's all we are, right? So
I think I have a World Star video out there somewhere showing my street stuff.
There it is.
But so that was the idea for the video, and man, it couldn't have come out better. I mean, we only really everything you see in that video was shot in 2 days.
Yeah.
I hate to do this, but I want my credit.
Oh, he was up for 24, 48 hours. This man just was grinding at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., still working on this video.
Out that video.
It is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, and for those who don't know, who haven't been behind the scenes in entertainment, like, editing is probably one of the toughest things.
It's an amazing video.
And Shawn's camera skills, everything. Well, what happened was too.
Shawn made me look good, so I'll always make sure.
You always look good. All three of you always look good.
You made me look good and mean.
You made us even get a green screen.
I am not that mean in person. I have a big heart. I'm loving. Do not let that video scare you.
I think it came off powerful.
I scared myself.
Hey, look at her mannerisms. Look at her mannerisms in the video. She's
powerful.
like, I ain't talking about paper. Like she was. I was like, whoa.
Oh yeah.
was like, who is this
I was
person?
scared to talk about paper.
Oh, Lord, but you know, that goes back to, you know, I do a lot of live music. I get to do real estate and I get to work with bands in Central Florida. Shout out to all of the Orlando, Florida musicians who are hustling and working and getting less money and live music. Please support your local artists. It is nothing like seeing live music in concert. What I learned
24/7, you got to support them.
And what I learned is when I get up in front of people, I got to give that energy. I got to bring it, and it's another way of connecting. And so in the video, I was like, whoa, my goodness. But that's what I do when I'm singing Aerosmith, when I'm singing AC/DC. Yes, I sing Southern rock too, and I just bring that to it. And so it was really cool that you captured that with that lighting.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
and you gotta
goodness.
give. I mean, literally, like this guy's like a Swiss Army knife. I mean, we were doing lighting. I was literally sitting behind a chair with my cell phone, lighting stuff up, like just getting it right. And Shawn's got a really good eye for that. So I mean, all that stuff, and I come up from a video production background too. So it was like I said, it was a blessing. Like we all worked together like this. I mean, we shot that fast. We recorded it fast.
Me and Bobby sat down and we wrote it out. We were like, all right, let's brainstorm. And Bobby had great ideas. And I've always hated making videos because most of the artists that I would work with, they just were like, yeah, let's go shoot a video. And I hate that because it never turns out the way that it's in their head, you know. And me and Bobby, though, we sat down and we literally went line by line. And we didn't draw it, but we wrote it down. We were like, okay, in this part we're gonna do this, and in this part we're gonna do that. So then when it came time to shoot it, I had a list that me and Bobby created, and it was just like, okay, we just gotta shoot that and shoot that and shoot that, and it made it so. It was so much more fun than all the other times.
And I'll tell you
I
really
made music
quick,
videos.
I gotta just shout you out, Shawn. He brings that when he does videos for homes and listings. I mean, it is a music video, makes you fall in love. The music, the editing.
Thank you
and
so
so
much.
And that's why, like,
It's good
I used to
stuff,
do my
right?
own, but I'm gonna hire this dude. This dude is amazing. He brings that emotion, and I love how you did that.
I
That was
appreciate
incredible.
that.
All right,
Very much.
so we're going to share
What are we sharing?
all of Shawn, Jennifer, and Bobby's contact information.
Yes.
And you want to click on that link, and we're going to share it again. You want to watch the video. It's so amazing, actually. I really wouldn't promote anything that wasn't amazing, and that's an amazing video. You guys did a fantastic job.
Give a thumbs up in the comments if you've watched
Thumbs
it.
up in the
watched
comments.
it?
We got a whole bunch of people. So
and if you could please share it. Please share it. This is a fun, awesome thing to share.
All right, so the last question I've been asking a lot lately is about mentorship, because we're promoting that a lot on the show.
Yeah.
So all of you are artists at heart. You have a real estate career. Can you give me give a shout out to a mentor of yours that made a difference in your life?
Well, mine's sitting right there.
There it
Wow.
is. So
Wow.
there we go.
Bobby, there was a point in time where Bobby believed in me so much and I didn't, that he was like, you know, you keep coming to me with all these things and I know that you know how to handle them. And at the moment, I was like, yo, Bobby, you want to fight, bro? Like, he sent me this text message at one point where he was basically like, I got to help these other people and you got what it takes. But, you know, I was mad at it because I still didn't believe in myself. And then eventually I did. And I said, you know what, I'm not walking in your office anymore. But it was because of Bobby. You know, he helped me, and Gil, they both helped me really elevate to another level.
That's awesome.
Man, that was
Look at you.
amazing, man.
I'm going to
have
cry
hug
in a
you.
minute.
If you were sitting next to me, I'd be hugging you.
I'll
I'm just
hug
telling
you.
you.
All right, Jen, how about you?
I've got to shout out a few people. You know, Gil always. I've known Gil since, gosh, over 10 years ago. And even when I had my own real estate brokerage, he was like, Jen, I have you. Even when I went through my ups and downs, I can bury my dead bodies with Gil, and he'll never tell. That's how amazing.
That I believe.
That's how amazing.
He'll bring the shovel.
I'm
You
really
know.
trying not to get on his bad side.
I never
get
try
it.
to enter his office until I have accomplished what he told me or something has changed. So he's always, you know, made it amazing. And I also have to say, yeah, definitely Bobby has a great sounding ear. Sometimes he knows my knock. And I'm like, you know, because it doesn't matter. You need an accountability partner. And I shout out to Jennifer Encarnacion, who runs with me.
Love Jen.
She
Jen,
runs
music.
with me. And you got to, and I heard somebody is that you got to have somebody who runs with you. You got to have somebody who pulls you forward, a mentor. And then you got to pull somebody behind you. And that really, really helps you
Oh, I like
understand
that.
the
I like
value.
that.
So I try to pull people behind me. I try to run with people, create accountability, and I try to locate those incredible mentors. And then, of course, give them my heart, bring value as much as I can.
Wow. Mentor.
Wow, Bobby,
Wow,
you're up.
This is wow. Well, I mean, I don't mean to be repetitive, but you know, Gil Ramos has probably been one of the most influential figures for me in the past 4 years.
Not to mention, he's got beautiful skin. It's just like,
It's like caramel, man. It's like caramel skin. It's insane.
I call him Jerry Rivera, bro. He's like Carabinho. This guy got this beautiful skin and salt and pepper hair. Who pulls that off? But no, I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's really a blessing, like, to find not only a business partner but a mentor and have those two things be combined. When I met Gil Ramos, I've always been a very, very driven person, and I dream really big, and it's always been very hard to find somebody who dreams that big. Not only dreams that big, because you can find that a lot.
Executes.
That's it.
That's the hardest
it's
part. Right?
Somebody who dreams. I've never met somebody who is even bigger than me, but actually is willing to do the work, because sometimes the work is hard. And a lot of people want to make it, but they're not willing to go through the battle. Yeah. And when I met this guy, Gil, I was like, this guy is a soldier. I was like, this guy just says he wants to do something, and even if he doesn't know the way, he makes a way. Right. And when he almost opened up that train of thought for me, like, I was like, you know what? I don't have to have it all figured out, because I was more of that personality type. Yeah. I'm like, I just got to push forward and then and believe it, and then my skills will catch up. And the connection will come. So we've grown so fast in the past 4 years, and then the second mentor that that Gil and I both, would say is our mentor is Tony Robbins, right? So we in the past, I mean, we talk about Tony a lot, but it's because for achievers and people who are really driven towards success, eventually you hit a wall or a ceiling, because there's only so much you can do without a coach. And when Gil kind of said, hey, look, we got to go to Unleash the Power Within Tony Robbins, I mean, when I came back from that event, I was like, me too. Oh my gosh, I get it. And it was such a mind shift. And since then, we've been to 7 Tony Robbins events. We've gone through Master University, Life and Wealth Mastery, Date with Destiny, Unleash the Power Within, all of it.
And shout out to Joseph McClendon.
And then here's the beautiful part, coming full circle, all those skills we learned by going through the Tony events, we apply to real estate, because here's the deal. We're looking to build a person, not a business, because the business comes if you build the person. And that's the reason that people roll with our tribe, because if you believe in personal development and you want to grow, then roll with us. If that's not your mentality, you won't like what we do.
I came back from that Unleash the Power. I got lucky. I came in, there were some extra tickets, and they were like, here's yours, free. And we went down to West Palm, and I was there for 4 days, and that changed my life.
Life-changing.
Changed my life. I mean, it is not something that you can go to once and then you're just good. Like, I fell off after a few months, but I came back with this high, and I was just like, yes!
Most people come back.
I'm ready, and then, slowly but surely I went back into my old self, but then, through time I realized what I was doing, and it's just analyzing and understanding who you are. By the way, I just want to give a shout out to all my Power Team family out there.
Power Team.
Thank you, Power Team. My partners, Dan Rojas, who helped greatly with putting this video out and helping us do it right.
We love Dan Rojas.
To get all the views that it got. Andrew Brooks, who's always the voice.
Brooksy.
Always the voice of reason. Always,
sweet.
The man behind the keeping everybody chill. Let's figure this out. Let's not freak out. And then, all the people that, because Bobby helped me learn to believe in me, I am now able to lead you.
Yeah,
and that's the trick. It's creating.
That is so wonderful. And Shawn is an incredible, authentic leader. He walks into the house and people believe it because he has lived it. He's walked on those coals in every sense of the word.
Literally, walked on the hot coals.
Literally, I have to change my life, but seeing you walk through the halls and seeing you still there, and I remember when you first walked in the door, I was like, what?
Who's this negative ball of BS?
It's so good, and I gotta tell you, it's a place where people cheer you on, and I've been through, if you see another toucher, I've been through ups and downs, walked away from a brokerage, bad divorce, difficult things, and literally what kept me afloat, a big part, is walking into my family downtown and being like, man, look at them doing the support and the incredible. And so it's a real thing, and I will always say, come to where I am, because I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't grow and if it didn't change me.
And it's not just business. There's the lip sync battles, the scavenger hunts, the adventures to open mic nights, and all the things that we do to add, because it's that balance, it's that
we work hard and we play hard.
And speaking of that, I want to send out. I haven't confirmed this with Gil Ramos, but I want to invite you guys in November. We're looking to take 100 people to Tony Robbins' Unleash the Power Within. We've taken 40 people before. Our goal this year is to take 100 people. We got special discounts for those tickets, so reach out to us. Come with us. I'm telling you, it's a life-changing event, and even cooler when you go with a big group of awesome
message me.
real estate people.
Speaking of invites.
Oh, that's right.
An event.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
next Friday.
Yes. Next Friday,
August the 9th, 7 p.m. at Novelty in Thornton Park. We're doing a music video release party. So this is just for fun, guys. If you're in real estate and you want to come party like you're Drake or you're Nicki Minaj or all I know is
that's
Cash
right.
Money
More
Records.
money, more problem party.
But it's gonna be like a record label release party for the music video, just for fun. Come join us. It's free. Did we put the link to the Eventbrite in there?
We did not yet, but we will do it.
It'll be there.
And we put the link for the video.
We will be having some fun.
Watch the video and come to the viewing party.
We will be having some fun raffles and things like that. We're going to be, making it fun for you. We're going to give some incentives to do some things, to win some prizes, to win some drinks, to get drink tickets, all those things. You're going to have a great time.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to head out, obviously. But I want to leave. I haven't told any of you this, so we're going to see how this goes.
Wow.
I want to leave with a song of our generation. Just hit a record-breaking 17 weeks on Billboard's chart, beat Mariah Carey out and all of that. And so I just wonder if anybody else knows this song. I like this song a lot. It's Billy Ray Cyrus.
Old Town Road.
Old Town Road.
Oh.
Do we go out with
Lil
just
Nas
the
X
verse?
and Billy Ray Cyrus?
Can we just go out with a little verse? Do you know the verse? Do you know this song?
I do not.
I'm
just
going
How
to
do you not
take
know
my horse
to the Old Town Road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the Old Town Road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. All right, we love you guys.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
We'll see you. Have a great weekend. Thank you guys for being on. I love you guys so much.
I'm gonna finish this
see you
out.
soon.
Look at the finger coming to you.
There
Bye,
it is.
y'all. Bye.